For the love of technology, my goodness, I couldn't get any of the technology to work this morning. The camera wasn't being recognized, the speaker wasn't being recognized, my screen was blank. Oh my goodness. Have you ever had one of those days where you're just saying, for the love of? Well, today I want to say to all of you, for the love of God, people, please. You know, you never really know what someone else is going through in their life. And yet we like to make judgments about them based on whatever we see on social media. And the thing that becomes frustrating about that is the artificial intelligence decides what it's going to put in front of us all the time based on what we like and based on what we follow and based on what we search for. And so if you're making comments that are negative, if you're being focused on posts that are negative, or you take some kind of offense to them and you're making comments, you're liking, you're disliking, you're putting angry faces, whatever that may be, you're going to continue to get more of that in your feed. And that can be extremely frustrating. If you are an optimist like I am and you believe that there's good in everything that happens, and even when bad things happen, it's an opportunity to grow in knowledge and to take action to create change. That, it's better to look at things from the perspective of optimism, because that's how we improve the world. That's how we better ourselves. That's how we create understanding and acceptance. And again, we don't always have to accept everything, right? But we don't have to be brutally hurtful. We don't have to say really unkind things. We don't have to pass judgment and act superior when we don't really know that person. We don't really understand where they're coming from. And I've experienced this numerous times this week. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. So I made a very vulnerable post about myself. And I talked about my story, things that happened to me in my life. And it created a problem because somebody who saw it didn't agree with the way I saw it, didn't remember it the way I saw it, and pretty much told me I should keep my mouth shut. And I've spent a good portion of my life, not speaking my truth, not talking about the things that have happened to me, because I've been told that it's best to keep my mouth shut. And I found that very annoying because the person did not pick up the phone to have a conversation with me to understand why I made that post or where I was coming from or why I was feeling that way. They sent me a text message and basically told me I should keep my mouth shut, because that's not really the way that it happened. And this is what is creating divisiveness in our world, this kind of behavior. Not having an actual face-to-face conversation or having a phone call where you can discuss things and try to understand each other's point of view, especially when it's a member of your family or a friend that you really care about, or even somebody in your community that's important to you. And for the love of God, why are you doing that? Why are you, listen, here's what I know. Most people misunderstand the message that people are sending, whether it's text, whether it's a post. So I made another post this week, and it was a post really about protecting ourselves and protecting our health, and doing that based on what we eat. And also the picture I posted was someone wearing protective gear, but they were eating food out of an open air food service. And I couldn't understand why they would protect themselves with a mask and a shield, but they would eat food that's in an open air container sitting there all day long. And someone decided they were going to turn it into an issue of bias and privilege. And they were going to school me on my unconscious biases. And they made that determination because of the color of someone's skin in the picture. That person doesn't know me. They know nothing about my life. They know nothing about how I was raised. They know nothing about my opinions, my biases, only what they think they know based on what they see. And also, when I apologized and said I wasn't thinking in terms of education or bias, I was really focusing on the health and wellness of the person. And why would they be eating that food if they were so worried about contamination that they were still covering their mouths and putting glasses and a face guard and all this kind of stuff on? And this person continued to attack me and continued to call me privileged. And then she went so far as to going onto her Facebook page and doing an entire live about me. I guess she forgot that I was on her Facebook page, and calling me, a biased white, blonde-haired white woman was how she referred to someone else on the post who happened to be white with blonde hair, and made a comment she didn't like. And so these are the things that are dividing our country. This is the kind of shit that is making stuff worse. Okay. Because we get on our, this attitude of superiority, like we know everything and our opinion is always right and everybody else is wrong if it doesn't align with us. And we literally verbally attack people we don't even know. We don't even know these people. We're attacking them on LinkedIn. We're attacking them on Facebook. We're attacking them on Instagram. We're attacking them on TikTok, like every social media outlet. We're attacking them on Twitter. It's like a big verbal brawl these days. And it's really made me think about what's valuable to me, where I want to spend my time, and who I want to spend my time with, and who I want to allow in my space, even on social media. I'm not there to argue with people. I'm there to try to help people to better their health and live a better life and create the life that aligns with their values. I'm not there to create, hate and arguing and controversy and all this, divisiveness that's happening. For the love of God, a good portion of the divisiveness that's happening in our country and in this world today is because of the media. It's because of the way people are behaving on social media. It's because of the media outlets. It's because of the newspapers. We don't even know what to believe anymore. Everyone has an agenda. We don't know what to believe anymore. We don't know if the story's accurate. We don't know if the story's true. And it's all creating this divisiveness, and it's making us sick. I know people who will read a post and get so upset about it, and they literally get off track and can't function for the rest of the day. They can't get their work done. They can't take care of their family. Their emotions are so upset over a post that they saw on social media, an argument they had on social media, something that they hear in the news, that they can't function and do the things that are really valuable to them in their everyday life. So I'm just saying, for the love of God, people, let's realign ourselves with our values, and let's focus on that so that we can create a life that we love, that has meaning, that's purposeful, that we can do what we were put here on this earth to do in a positive, kind, loving, supportive way. And I'm going to be reevaluating my values today. I do that on a regular basis. And I'm going to be doing it this Saturday in a workshop. If you would like to join me, I will drop the link below. Come and join me in my private Facebook group. If you can't come at the time that we're going to be live, you can always watch the recording. But come join us in Life on the Go. And let's take a look at our values and make sure that all of you are living a life that's aligned with your values, and help to just kind of push away some of this clutter that is just really taking us off course when it comes to creating a life that's aligned with our values. Thank you so much for joining me. I find a lot of value in being here with you and having conversations. Thank you if you're joining me on the replay. I would love to hear your comments about what you think about what's happening in the social media realm with all of this, all these assumptions that are being made about people and all of these arguments that are taking place. Do you believe that it is creating a divide greater than any divide we've ever seen? Or do you believe that it's helping to advance us and move us forward? I'd love to know what you think. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, make it a great day.